You can't escape stress. Stress is everywhere, right? But really, it's about the tolerance of stress, your reaction to stress. Today, I'm going to take you in a completely different direction. I normally talk about nutrition, I talk about exercise, I talk about sleeping, but this is a completely different way of handling your stress. You probably have heard of the adrenal glands, right? And cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and the flight or fight mechanism, which is part of the autonomic nervous system as it releases adrenaline. And those two hormones adapt the body to stress states. So they're going to increase your pulse rate. They're going to actually shift your metabolism to more quick energy through sugar burning. Here you are, long after the stress, and your body is still in this stress state. What do you do? In school, I studied about this hormone called oxytocin, right? And oxytocin has everything to do with pregnancy, a mother bonding with the child, lactation, uterine contraction during pregnancy. It's also involved in the sexual act. But oxytocin is involved in some other things that can greatly counter your stress. In fact, it is the most important hormone in counteracting cortisol and the flight or fight mechanism. In other words, oxytocin modulates or regulates the HPA axis. And I'm talking about where these stress hormones come from the hypothalamus, pituitary to the adrenal. And so oxytocin is a major hormone involved in regulating your mood, specifically anxiety and stress. You have a lot of problems, right? And you're worrying a lot. Now, oxytocin also prevents the atrophy of the hippocampus. Now, the hippocampus, learned in some of my other videos, is all about involving the prevention of Alzheimer's and dementia. So it's involved in memory, focus, cognitive function, ability to learn, etc. And so we know that stress shrinks and causes the hippocampus to atrophy. Well, oxytocin protects the hippocampus, which is why they sometimes use the oxytocin nasal spray in Alzheimer's patients and other patients that have anxiety and things like that, which is quite interesting. They basically found this relationship to when someone sprays oxytocin up into their sinuses, their fear goes down. So that's all really cool. But now, how do we trigger more oxytocin? Okay, so check this out: bonding with other people and pets, very, very therapeutic to spike oxytocin. Another thing they found that trigger oxytocin was volunteering, which is interesting. And that hormone goes up. Another thing that will trigger it is donating, right? Donating to something. Interesting. Another way to increase oxytocin would be sharing with another. Another one is storytelling, actually increased not only oxytocin, but it also decreased cortisol. Interesting. And even hugging someone will increase your oxytocin. And so this goes beyond just the diet and the exercise and all that. It's something that you can do to increase oxytocin to help your own stress and help another. Now, that being said, there are a couple nutritional factors that are also involved too, because they found that vitamin C helps increase oxytocin. This is why, for example, your adrenals have a very large supply of vitamin C. Magnesium is also involved in helping make oxytocin. And so you need those two nutrients, okay? And then also you need enough cholesterol. Okay, so cholesterol also is involved. So if you are on a low cholesterol diet, that could be a problem. Estrogen also increases the receptor